the 2018 winter SotA. So just to start things off, we have picked up a new corp in Associates, so that's cool. Pipe on Pinata, love the name. Expect to see them around Griffin Parts. So mean voice time here at this point. Capital numbers are weak. Where the fuck did all those fax pilots go? Where are all the Thannies? You have had plenty of time to train them. Why can we field far less dreads now than we should be able to? So leaving those questions out there, like, is that an individual thing? Is that laziness? More on money shit later. So let's be the group that saw equal numbers of hostiles in our 1IG fight and went all in anyway, and ended up fucking shredding cones and their bat phones, willing to lose all of our dreads because we have cheap and easy replacements. Pilots like fucking Pinecone or Tyrannus or the myriad of others that literally have like 6 or 7 caps in staging ready to rock at all times. Be like them. So when we moved out in early July, Iron was kind of in a sorry state. We had bad fleet numbers, not much drive. We were full fuck into the summer doldrums. Through July and August, we kicked some serious ass though. We had fights against some low-set groups where it was literally like 14 of us in battleships and a triage versus 40 others, and we ended up wiping them. We fought against cones, dropped on 404, shot at Sons of Banes, even tangled with Lumpy. Confers decided that Iron needed to be dealt with, and started to try and be some protracted campaign against us, whatever, enlisting the help of Lumpy, Corp, the Something Went Wrong Corporation, and we had some good fights. Over time, it seemed to be clear that the Lumpy boys, that maybe they had chosen the wrong side, and one of their FCs poked me about it because we go back a ways, and you know, talked about the possibility of them switching to our side. I thought that was a fucking swell idea. So let's just take a moment to appreciate the actual number of bat phones that have been called against us during our campaign here. So when I say bat phones, I'm not counting Liquor Legion or Gone Fishing, because they're like actual allies of cones. So Low Such Lupin, Rogue Capel, Brute Force Solutions, Hydex's Court for Black Legion, Shoot First at some point, Null Such a Lupin because Rote called them in, Guillotine Syndicate sometimes. This is a hefty number of individuals that were called into the fight against Iron and our allies. Arson, who are now known as Bums. 404, who are ex-Cone allies. Balls, formerly known as the Lumpy Boys. They're also ex-Cone. Conifers joined Shoot First in an attempt to gain their combined might and potentially ticker tank us. They have since been kicked from that alliance. Conifers thought they could restore the Fight Club of Syndicate, not realizing that they are the fucking cancer that are killing it themselves. They are the ones that drop Hodreds and fax on Eve Uni T1 cruiser fleets. Their antics are what caught my attention for us to move here in the first place. Throughout this campaign, we have been doing a lot of new things, some of them good, some of them bad, but we've been actively trying. More open with individual capital use, radically changing our fleet comps to suit our needs, and diving into more and more risky situations, knowing that we may just end up losing the field. This is what I promised during the meeting in July. This is what has been delivered. We have had more than a dozen solid capital fights. We have flexed with supers when we've had the opportunity. Our enemies have tried new things during their campaign against us. For the most part, they have proven to be less than innovative. The shield max they used, yeah, that's the Lumpy fit. Our Rattlers countercomp those just fine. Their Lashaks that the BL boys imported for them, yeah, Black Legion idea. Didn't work so hot against our Rattlers and Phenom Gen. How about those Scorpion Navy issues? And anybody remember when they sieged our fort and they tried to copy Weekend Warriors? Yeah, where are those now? I'm pointing all of this out, not so much to be super smug, which, let's make no mistake, I am smug as fuck, but more to deliberately point out that we have tried, failed, iterated, and then succeeded. Our counterparts on the other end just couldn't keep up. Our numbers have risen back up, and we have even hit 80 actives on Zika last week. That's a hair over 25% character activity on the corporation, and we all know I have a fuckload of mining alts to skew that numbers. NSH are distancing themselves from Cone at this point. Tissue are moving back into the area. It seems that everybody in the area, 4-4 balls, bums, are slowing down on their campaign pace, since we effectively have succeeded in smashing the Cone staging fort. And that was the win condition set for this segment of our campaign, so we can call it a wrap and fuck off from here. We have places to go and things to do. Before I get into that, though, let's talk quickly about some shit. You remember that fight where we dropped all those Coast Guards on NSH? Yeah, after video review, there are literally 8 pilots that sieged at 0 without moving. Red cards for all of you. You fucking suck. You died because you panic sieged and didn't follow doctrine. Let that be your lesson. My Coast Guard was 80 kilometers from the hostile dreads when I jumped out. We could have lost way less. Pilots not having money. That's not really acceptable. There is so much shit available for us to make money. We've got local stuff here in Barliget, and obviously we have all the things that we can do in Fountain. But for those people that are lazy about it, things are about to get easier for you. More on that in a minute. Pilots who can fly but don't have the support vessels like Lynx, Hicks, Dicks, Jumpers, Blops, BSs, etc. Fix that shit, please. Recently, we've had a bunch of people able to have those things in Barliget because we were here for so long. And then we were able to do things and win fights because of it. So please be those people. Dreads again. I said it in the winter 2017 SotA, a year ago. The number of fucking dreads an alliance can field is its strategic might. Get more dreads. We expect everybody to have a Coast Guard alt. And if you can fly a CG, you can sure shit fucking fly a Tort Bird as well. So get them both. Alright, let's talk about some good shit. Good shit, here we go. The Corp is losing money on fuel costs alone every month. I said good things, right? Ha! So, I decided not to raise the taxes. That is not how we are going to fix this. How we are going to fix it is with corporate requisition ops. What I mean is, basically, there's a couple of moons that are popping in a bit, and we're going to do a volunteer op where 100% of the ore mine goes to the Corp from these 2 moons. The money that will be from these 2 moons will go to 3 distinct things. Number 1, we're going to seed the market orders in MK according to upcoming moons, so the people that just want to mine and don't want to deal with selling or transport or reactions, that kind of shit, they can just dump it onto the market and the Corp will buy it from them. Done. So that's for the lazy people. Number 2, the Corp will be putting up buy orders for salvage and PI for the same reasons. And number 3, using the above 2 mentioned things, the Corp will be doing builds on rigs, PI mods for structures, and we're going to be doing Corp reactions, all of that stuff to generate ISK for sale, and this should stem our bleed of funds, and so we should be back in the black from that. Okay, so back to the present. Where are we going? What are we doing? So we'll have an accompanied forum post and shit for the SotA. It'll be linked in the info portal coming up in a couple of days. This forum post will indicate what to leave where and what to bring where. So to be clear, in MK, I expect everybody to have a Thani, a Triage, and a Serbian ship for home defense, and a jump clone for fuck's sakes. In Barliget, we are leaving the Rattlers and Siege Ravens for now, also a jump clone. Moving to our next destination, we will be bringing Munins and Feroxes with us. We will be introducing 2 new comps. That's right, these are the 2 faction BSs I warned everybody else about weeks ago. We will be doing an iron-only comp, which is Lashax. We will also be going to be taking a comp from our allies so that we can Voltron up with them better. So that's right, hell has indeed frozen over. We will have a Munin fleet and a Mac fleet active at the same time. Holy fucking shit, buy your lottos. But Trigit, what are the Balgorns? Yeah, the Nesters from the Balgorn fleet with a slight refit will fit directly into the Lashak fleet. The Balgorns themselves either get rid of them or retool them to be full nuke boats so they can work with the Mac fleet. So speaking of clones, if you have a clone in the rate in 7BIX, it's about to die. Move it. You have 6 days. If you have a clone in the pit stop rate in Barliget, also move it to the new location. The clone service will go off a week after we move, so you've got like 13 days or so. Where are we going? Well, we're going back to Fountain for crab ops. There will be fleets run from Barliget still over the next week or so for the people that don't need to or don't want to crab. But we are open crab season back at home for the next week. Sunday the 18th, 0100, we will be doing a full fuck move up from Barliget to our new staging, and we'll have a meeting that day as well for objectives and what we're doing, etc. Boom, we're done. Woody's cut it.
Fantastic.